everyone, it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel and another Flosstube episode. It is Flosstube number 72. It is Sunday, January 28th, 2024, and I am so glad that you're here joining me today. Just a big welcome to everybody who is coming back, and another welcome to anyone who is brand new joining. I have received quite a few comments from people who are brand new to my channel, and I am just here to say welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're going to do more of a traditional Flosstube episode where I'm going to have a full finish. That's called an FFO for anyone who is not familiar. I have a bunch of new starts. I have a new start finish and some whip progress that I want to share with you. Plus, I have a little bit of haul, some awesome things from Fat Quarter Shop that they sent for me to share with you all, and giveaways, of course. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please stay tuned. Okay. We are going to start with some FFOs today, and I am super excited to show you this FFO. It is something that has been in my stash for a little bit. I finished it last year. I shared it in my finish FFO parade that I filmed at the end of 2023, but I had not FFO'd it yet. And I had a wild hair yesterday, and I thought, you know what? Let's just try a completely new to me finish and see what happens. So I'm going to show you guys, I made a drum. This is the Big Hearted Tiny Town by Heart in Hand. This was a stitch along last year with Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher. I did finish stitching this, but then I let it sit. I knew I wanted to make a drum, but I was afraid. I'll just be honest. I was afraid, and I thought it was going to be super tiny, but you can see it fits in the palm of my hand, so not super duper tiny. Okay, the specifics. First and foremost, I stitched this guy on 32 count Pink Splash Lugana. For anybody who is curious, I actually really love this Pink Splash Lugana. I stitched several things on this last year. I did use all of the called for colors from the Big Hearted Tiny Town pattern. For my drum finish, I followed Kathy of Hands On Designs written tutorial on her blog for doing a drum. So what I first did was I backstitched a line all the way around the long piece using 2 strands of floss. So I did a big rectangle. Then I stitched the 2 ends together. I hand stitched them. You could machine stitch them, I suppose, but I hand stitched them. And then I took some of the Chili Lady Dot Creates Velveteen, and I made a round top and a round bottom. This one obviously has more batting in it. This one only has 1 layer of batting. But you want your top to be kind of nice and domed. And I simply hand stitched it in place to the top. Hand stitched it to the bottom. I left a small opening. I filled it with crushed walnut shells. I will say it was stuffed full. They were spilling out. And I thought maybe the walnut shells were making that noise, but it's the buttons. They were spilling out, and I thought, well, I was cramming them in there because I know you want it to be nice and tight. It's fine. But I will say I should have kind of maybe let them settle a little bit and tried to shove a few more in. There's a couple of spots that I feel like could be a little bit fuller, like right here. But overall, I'm super thrilled. I'm thrilled that I did this. I will for sure do a drum again because I loved it. I will say I didn't think my stitching was amazing at these 2 areas. I did really try my best. I think maybe I should have just changed my floss color, but I was not going to restitch the whole thing. It took me probably an hour to stitch on the top and an hour to stitch on the bottom. I went through every single one of the backstitch holes because I really wanted it to be nice and secure. And I wanted to do something decorative anyway, so I did glue on with some Aleene's tacky glue some of the Lori Holt small cloud white vintage trim. I actually really like it, so I'm okay. I'm just telling you that I didn't. If that's something that ever happens to you and you don't love your hand stitching, a little bit of trim fixes it right up. I finished mine with some of these awesome decorative pens from Decorative, the Decorative Pens or the Cherry Chick Biz. You can check her out on Etsy or her website, which I will link below. I put all 5 of my pens into my pin cushion. I added some buttons from my stash to one of them just for fun. And there are little buttons that came in the Big Hearted Tiny Town chart that I did sew in place. I absolutely love it though. You know, maybe 9 out of 10 stars. And the only thing that I really don't love is not my stitching. It was, I wish I would have filled it a little bit more, but really, really fun. That's all I can say. I'm glad I went out on a limb, and I'm glad I tried it because I will definitely do more drums in the future, and I'm sure, like with anything, you get better as you go. So this was my FF over this week. I'm thrilled to have finished something that has been in my stash for probably a year, and now I have another Valentine's decoration. Okay, let's talk finishes. And this is actually a new start and finish. So I had shared that I had pulled out some free Valentine's charts to stitch this year. And I actually pulled out this one to stitch first when I got home from my little mini girls weekend. I was just in the mood to stitch something different. And so I went ahead and pulled this out, and I started and finished it this week. This is You Are Loved by October House Fiber Arts. I will have a link to this down below. What drew me to this, the design, and everyone who knows me knows I love anything with hearts, so definitely the design. But the colors drew me in as well. And they're very light. So we have Gentle Arts Cameo Pink, Raspberry Parfait, Old Brick, and Weeks Dye Works Peach Fuzz. Now you can see these are very pale, and no matter what fabric you're going to stitch these on, unless it's going to be white, they're going to not be the bold in your face colors. And I was nervous. Let me look. Platinum Linen was what these were stitched on, which I think I have some Platinum Lugana. But regardless, I grabbed a scrap of what I had on hand, which what I had was left over from stitching the Winter Quaker by Primrose Cottage. So I ended up stitching on 36 count Milk and Honey by Fiber on a Whim. And it is very light, but I think even here on camera, in person, you can see it even better. But there we go. That large heart that's kind of the spaced out little stitches is very light. That's the Cameo Pink, which is also this color right here. But I love it. There is one thing that I didn't change, but I pulled out and restitched. And I wanted to tell you guys this too in case you run into it. This is Peach Fuzz. This is Cameo Pink. They're pretty similar. Peach Fuzz has a lot of this light white color in it. Now this is Raspberry Parfait and this is Old Brick, which both of those are in these two here in different areas. I mean, Raspberry Parfait looks really dark, which it is much darker, but it's not super dark. But this word here is charted to be stitched in Peach Fuzz, and I stitched it, and the R was very peachy. You could read the R really well. The E was so much of the light, variegated color, it blended into the fabric, and part of the A was the same way. So after I had finished stitching all of this up a couple of nights ago, and I looked at it and I thought, you know what? I love this, and I love the soft colors. I kind of know how I'm going to finish this. I think it's going to be great, but it's going to bother me that I cannot read this word. So I ripped out the E. I ripped out the part of the A that was the white, or the very cream, I shouldn't say white, the very peachy, creamy color that blends in. And I stitched only with the part of the floss that is the darker peach color for both the E and the A. Was it a little bit wasteful for a couple of strands of floss? Yes, but I can read the word and I'm much, much happier with it. I could have stitched it in Old Brick or Raspberry Parfait, but I really loved how each word was a different color. So I did want to mention that to anybody, if you're doing this, stitching this, and you're stitching on a neutral fabric and you are struggling getting that word or part of it to show up. I don't mind it in the heart. I really love the variegation in the heart, but for the letters, I wanted it to show up a little bit more. So again, this is You Are Loved by October House Fiber Arts, and it is a free chart. And my plan is to have that FFO'd before next week's video. Okay. Let's talk new starts. So I have showed these on social media. And before I do that, I'm just going to give a little look at how my book of days is going. In case anybody is curious, I'm very happy with it. You can see I've kept up with it every single day, and I highlight, I have a little key over here to let me know what that means. I'm excited to get to the end of the month and be able to tally everything and have all of that down. And then of course we're going to move on to February. I need to fix a couple things on the February spread. Look for my Book of Days alterations video coming soon. I'm going to be filming that this week. Okay, so new starts. Let's talk about the Valentine Quaker by Primrose Cottage first. This is a sal that I am doing with friends. We have stitched weeks 1 and 2. We're doing a Stitch With Me live. It's a 3-week sal. So week 1 was this area. Week 2 was this area. And then week 3, which will start on January 31st, is this, leaving us with just a finish. Now, I did receive a couple of questions, or a question in, I think it was last week's live, if I will be doing a video tutorial. Yes and no. So I'm going to pop around to me real quick. Lindsay of Primrose Cottage has done some amazing finishing videos for her Quakers. So I am not going to be showing that in my finishing tutorial. I'll show you my finishes, but I am not going to be doing a step-by-step pillow tutorial. I will tell you, I will do a pillow tutorial like I do a pillow tutorial. I don't cut a hole in the back of mine like they do. I tend to do a ladder stitch or a hidden stitch along the bottom to close my pillows. That's just what I prefer. But I do have pillow tutorials on my channel. But I am going to have a tutorial for you the week following, and it's going to be a surprise special. And it does pertain to this. That's all I'm going to say right now because it will be a surprise. But please stay tuned. I just wanted to share something fun that you could do with this chart as well. So without further ado, and the other bonus, I'm stitching this in 2 colorways because I'm extra apparently. So first up, let's talk about the stitch that really matches kind of what is on the chart other than the fabric size. I am stitching on 40 count blush linen by Zweigart using ripe melon, which is the called for. And I believe they stitched on 32 count blush. That's what the model was stitched on. I'm stitching on 40, so you can see he's little. I still have a little bit of week 2 to finish up here, which I will have done probably this evening. But really loving this. Super, super fun stitch. I'm all in on these Quakers, you guys. I absolutely love them. So there's the blush. Now, probably my favorite is I thought, what would it look like stitching on white, with white, on a dark fabric? So this is 36 count red velvet by Color and Cotton. And I absolutely love it. It was a December of 2023 club fabric. Now it's 36 count. So let me put them side by side here. It is going to be slightly bigger than the 40, but I'm loving it. I'm loving the white work on the darker fabric. Like so much, you guys. I want to go and do the winter Quaker. In my haul, you'll see the fabric that I picked because I think I will stitch it on that. But I love it. I'm using Weeks Dye Works grits. So it's kind of a creamy white, which I love. And I am all caught up and I'm ready for week 3. You can see. So I stitched that one and then I'll move on to this. But absolutely love it. Wanted to show just a couple of different ideas. The other gals who are hosting or co-hosting with me also have all stitched on different fabrics as well, different counts, different colors, different floss colors. So definitely check that out. If you are not in my Facebook group, please join because the inspiration is amazing. Everybody stitching on different colors, different counts, all of that good stuff. Here, I am going to link to last week's Stitch With Me video because we had the special guest of Lindsay and Emily from Primrose Cottage who came and did the Wednesday night Stitch with us live. They answered questions, they stitched. It was super fun. I'm so grateful to both of them for coming on and doing it. It was kind of on a whim. I thought, wouldn't it be fun? Maybe they would like to come hang out and talk about the Quakers and all of that good stuff. And it was phenomenal. So a huge, huge thanks to both Lindsay and Emily. Okay, so there is my Valentine's Quakers, which should probably both be done by the time I see y'all next week. Then I did go spend last weekend with Chantal and Jessica. So Chantal of 141 Design and Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher. And we just spent a fun girls' weekend together. Jessica had gifted us this Blackbird chart, Our Lasting Friendship. And she also gifted us these really cute custom floss tags. And we all started this. I have a tiny start. I am stitching this, so I should probably get this up here, right? So it's Our Lasting Friendship by Blackbird. This is being stitched on 36 count Legacy by Picture This Plus. 1 strand over 2. I think I've probably not mentioned that. I think everything so far I've shared is 1 strand over 2. I started in the upper left corner and I'm using most of the called for, but Lori Holt stitched this a while ago and she changed out some of the neutrals, which you might be able to see here. It's a lot of neutrals. It's really beautiful, like a lot of greens, a lot of browns, golds, but Lori had switched out some of them for reds, and red is my jam. So I am following Lori's color conversion. I would share it here. As I share stitching this, I will share it. But I know for sure I'm using Cherry Cobbler and Barn Door in lieu of a couple of other colors. My list is in a box that Chantal shipped home to me, and I don't have it yet. So I will share this with you. I'll share those colors with you the next time I share this whip. All right, let's talk about whips. So if you watched my whip parade at the beginning of the year here, I talked about this chart. It is Hands-On Design and Just Another Button Company. Their Squareology line, A Moment in Chalk. And I talked a lot about finishing this year and doing it more as an assignment based. So my assignment for January was to stitch the January block, which you can see you can stitch it just this design. I have finished this. This was part of January's assignment. I have finished stitching all of this, and then I wanted to stitch January right here, and I wanted to stitch this little part of the border that's around the January block. And then in February, I'll do that, the February block and a little bit of the border, or as much as I want to, whatever. March, April, so on and so forth, until I am finished with this stitch. So you can stitch these on their own or as part of the large piece, and I'm doing the large piece. I haven't added the buttons yet. I think I'm going to wait till the end to add those. I do have them all, but I have been working on this. I do have a little bit left to do for my assignment for January, but I am pretty close to being done, and I should be finished with this. So it's huge. I might hold it up here in a minute and show you all as well. And I want to talk about something. I talked about this in my whip parade, that these little square running stitch borders gave me such a problem. I am stitching this on 32 count charcoal Lugana by Zweigart. I don't stitch on Lugana a ton, but for this piece, you guys, I really love it. So it's actually going really well. Here is my January block. I know once I add the little, little buttons, I will love it even more, but it is stitched. I did start on the border out here, but I started on this border, and all of a sudden I'm like, and I am double checking. Does it line up? Does it line up? And I am right here, and I'm like, something is wrong. You guys, even with I think I've mentioned all of the trouble I had with these stupid boxes, and I'm sorry to call them stupid. Kathy, please forgive me. It's probably me who's not being, I'm being real pretty. But I was off right here, and I thought, oh my word, if I have messed this up, and I mean, you guys, if you knew how many times I double, triple, quadruple checked this because I had such a trouble with these, I thought, oh no, what if that is off and I have to rip all of this out? What am I going to do? Am I just going to adjust it? What is going to be the deal? So and the stitch that was off was right here. There was a huge gap. How did I not see that? But whatever. So and in fact, I will say another thing. It's hard to line these up in the box. It's hard for me to line these up. I wish I had shifted it one down, but it's not that big of a deal to bother me. Once these are all filled, I won't care. And once I have the buttons in here, but that's besides the point. So I ripped out, because I get down here and I'm like, yeah, that's wrong too. I'm looking at the chart, rip out. And I'm like, where in the world is it wrong? So I come all the way up here. I was off right here. So I restitch it and it actually comes out perfect. Thank goodness. I did say a little prayer and a little thank you. And so everything is great. But I do need to finish. There's quite a bit of stitching here. This was stitched so fast. But literally, I finished stitching all of this. I'm like, look at me go. And I start over here and I'm stitching. And I get right here and I'm like, these are not they're close to the border. So I'm double checking and it's not lining up. And I'm like, oh my word, I've messed up over here. So I'm double checking, triple checking. And I'm like, no, this is good. This is good. This is good. So I look up here and I'm like, oh my word, you guys. Anyhow, I'm going to hold it up so you can see the beauty, because I think this is when you have to see held up. Yeah, it is beautiful. It's going to be big. This is the biggest thing I've ever stitched, but I am loving it. Look at the center. How beautiful is that center? Oh, and then when you get all the little months stitched. Anyway, I will have my assignment for this one caught up, and so I'll share that with you guys next week too. I'm excited to kind of share this with you throughout the year. And don't let my specialness deter you if you want to stitch this as well, because it is an absolutely stunning chart. I cannot wait to finish and then get it framed. I will have it professionally framed. I've already decided. And I had a very sweet viewer. I'm a little behind on emails. So if it's you, just know I'll be emailing you this week, who emailed me and told me about a frame shop that is in my state. It's not where I live, but I am tempted to take this piece there because she said that they do cross stitch work and they're very good. And if I've spent some time on this bad boy already. If I'm going to put out the money, I want to make sure they know what they're doing. So anyway, super excited about that. So that is my progress on my whip this week. Okay, a very quick coming soon announcement. So remember, I said I would be sharing Christmas of some sort, whether it's updates on Christmas stitching, a Christmas project, tutorials, every month. Well, we're nearing the end of January and you're probably like, Nicole, where's your Christmas? Tuesday. Stay tuned for Tuesday. I'm not showing you guys in the video today, but the Valentine's drum is not the only thing I finished. So stay tuned. There will be a little tutorial. It's an ornament tutorial, and I'm just going to show you guys some things that I like to do. I'm going to show you several things, but I will have an actual tutorial on one particular technique. So stay tuned for that. And then I'm sure next week I will show all of you all of the ornaments that I have done. It's all previous finishes, nothing brand new finished at this time. Next month, my goal is to finish some of the ornaments that I started. I think it's between that and another project. We're going to, spin the wheel, I guess, and see which one it falls on. But my goal is just, I have fuzz floating through the air. So sorry. That my goal is just to share something Christmas and keep us motivated for Christmas all year long. So stay tuned for that coming on Tuesday, January 30th. Okay, I have one little bit of stitchy mail. I also have not made a trip to my post office, so if you've sent me something, that'll get shown next week. But my friend Vicki of Decorative Sewing Pens, these beauties right here, plus the counting pens and the zipper pulls, all the good stuff, right? She sent me a lovely card, and she also sent me some money to help with giveaway shipping. So Vicki, thank you. I love your products. You guys, please check out Decorative Sewing Pens. She has counting pens that are beautiful, and decorative pens, zipper pulls, needle minders, all of the little bits and bobs that make our projects stand out and so spectacular. I mean, you guys, she has a set of pins right now. I think they're all red hearts. Anyway, don't go buy them all before I get there, okay? I want to get those as well. I put a whole set of pins into this pin cushion. This set came with 5, and I did end up putting all 5 in. I was only going to put 3, and then I looked at it and I wanted all 5. So anyhow, check her out. Thank you so much, Vicki. I appreciate you. and please support a small business. All right, let's do a little bit of haul. So I know I shared in last week's video the blackbird hearts that I made for Chantal and Jessica. And I used beautiful fabric from number 12 Stitch Co. Well, I ordered more because, well, I needed more. But I actually was over there because I wanted to get a navy fabric to do my winter Quaker with white thread on a navy fabric. And she had one I liked. But I did replenish. This is Valentine pink. And it comes, I think she has this in 28, 32, 36, and 40. All of these. This is red rose. So, the reason I mention this, if you are not part of the Color and Cotton Club, because I know it's very hard to get fabrics, I wanted to show you guys this. This is the red velvet from Color and Cotton. This is the red rose from number 12 Stitch Co. This would be perfect, you guys. So, and it comes in lots of different counts. So it does ship from Australia. This is an Etsy shop that I ordered these from, so it won't come like instantly, but she ships really fast. Here is the beautiful blue that I purchased to do my winter Quaker. It has just very subtle modeling. This is called Outback Sky. Is this not stunning? Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so pretty. Do I think it will probably be a challenge to stitch on because it's dark? Probably, but I'm up to the challenge. And then I feel like oh yeah, there it is. I bought 5 different fabrics. All of mine are 40 count. This is Woodland Pine. Think some Christmas stitching for this. It's a beautiful, beautiful green, kind of a mossy green. Definitely has like a yellowish undertone to it. I love it. And then I picked up this, which it's not going to show great on camera, but it's gorgeous. It's Peppermint Ice. Well, maybe it'll show if I open it all the way up. It's kind of got a greenish tint to it. Oh my word. I mean, beautiful. Like, I'm thinking Christmas, but then as I looked at this, think spring, think Easter. Oh my gosh, it is gorgeous. So that's Peppermint Ice. So those are the 5 linen pieces. I am really into colored linen right now. Like, really into it. Oh, so pretty. Okay. What else? Dude, I don't have a lot of haul minus my linen. I got one of my... Oh yeah, I do know what I got. I got a couple charts, and I also got my Fine Floss Club from Fat Quarter Shop. It was the ice blue. This is the NPI Silks in my favorite colors. How pretty are these? So that is the NPI Fine Floss Club from Fat Quarter Shop. And then I also got 2 charts. I did get Brenda Gervais of With Thy Needle and Threads, Key to My Heart. I picked that up. I doubt I stitch it this year. Jessica started hers. I'm sure she'll show it to you guys. I don't think I'll probably start this year. But then I picked up this. I'd never seen it before, and I just happened to come across it. It is Snow Angel at Night, and it's by New York Dreamer, but they made the design into snowmen, and I love it. So, yes, I picked up this too. Okay, that is it for my haul, but Fat Quarter Shop has sent me some lovely things. So let me show you what Fat Quarter Shop has sent. Lori Holt's Bee in My Bonnet Stitch Card R. These are brand new, absolutely so cute. So that is now available at Fat Quarter Shop. Also available, the new Hometown Neighborhood designed by Lori Holt for all of the house lovers. Look at that huge teacup right there, so cute. That cross-stitch chart is now available. The latest Chicken Club chart is Henrietta. This is also now available at Fat Quarter Shop. This year they are doing mini Simply Signs, and the mini Simply Signs Love came out. It is absolutely adorable. I love it. Also, cute, jolly snowman. So precious. This is a new chart, or a chart now available. Then their new club this year, their monthly cross stitch series, Shelf Life. This is the January snowman. So I'm sure each month is going to feature a jar. This month is a snowman. Really quick, easy, fun, cute stitch. And then I think we've got some quilt charts. We have Flirty. This would be super pretty. We have Sundrops and Sunflowers. We have, oh, I have a couple more cross-stitch charts. And then we have the Simply Signs. This was the last series from last year. This was the Fa La La. This was their 6th one. Really cute. And also the December Stackables chart. So thank you so much, Fat Quarter Shop. Some of these are going to be grouped into giveaways today. And then I also got the Sew Sampler, so we are going to unbox. And I've already unboxed it, so now you see it. It says, hats off to you. This is the January 2024. On the back of this, there's always a coupon. Let me see what it is. 15% off Lori Holt Notions. Ooh, I like it. Okay, so you get this cute Lori Holt haberdashery quilt pattern, and you're going to get the fabric to make these little bonnets, which is a jelly roll. This is the Lori Holt Mercantile, I think, collection. Yes, it sure is. Now you'll have to get your own background fabric, binding, and backing. It'll tell you what you need right here. So you'll need 1 5/8 yard of background sashing borders, 5/8 yard binding, and 3 1/4 yards for backing. And the quilt size is 46.5 by 47.5. So very, very cute, Lori Holt fans. We got our latest Pressed Flowers quilt block. I'll be putting that away. The Busy Bee thread cutter, which is awesome. You can put these on your sewing machine. I actually got one. You stick it on your sewing machine and then you can just cut your threads, especially if you are chain piecing. There is a ruler. This one actually looks, oh no, it's not. I was going to say, I think it's broken. I think it's supposed to be like this. This is the 1/4 plus ruler. Oh, how cool. Okay, awesome. So you get a great ruler, you get some needles, and then I have been looking at these. This is a bee binding holder. This is super cool. I'm making some binding later on this, either today or this week. I'm going to put it on here. I'll post it on social media and show you how this works. It's great to hold your binding for a project until you're ready to put it on your quilt. So this is a great box. Lots of great Lori Holt in here. So all you Lori Holt fans, absolutely amazing. Fat Quarter Shop, thank you so much for the Sew Sampler box. So much fun. Get that? Sew. Haha. All right. Let's do some giveaways, shall we? So let me pull up. I have 2 giveaways from Flosstube. Must be 70, if I'm not mistaken. And those giveaways are, so the first one, I don't have a picture of it, but it is the 4 Valentine's charts from April of Crafty Bluebonnet Designs. And the winner is .freel. If this is your comment, please email me at the email address down in the description below. And with the email that you would like to receive the PDFs, and I will have April send those right over to you. And then the winner of the Crazy Annie's Stitchin' The Signs of Christmas Gingerbread Bakery is Lucille Sinney. I apologize if I said that wrong. If that is you, please email me with your mailing address down below, and I will get that out to you ASAP. I know there are a couple of you that I have to send out prizes this week, so stay tuned for once I send you a tracking number, that means it is on its way to you. So stay tuned for that email. If I haven't got to you yet, it's because I generally only do giveaways once a week. So I'm not running around doing it every single day. I just don't have time to do that. So I will be doing that for this week coming up. So stay tuned for that, and those will be on their way to the post office. Okay, I have 5 awesome giveaways for you guys today or this week. So I ask that you please be a U.S. resident, please be over 18, please like and subscribe, and leave the keyword in your comment in the description down below. Please leave your comment by February 7th, 2024, 8 a.m. Central for a chance to be considered for these giveaways. So for the first one, use the word chicken for a chance to win these 5 charts. These are 5 of the Chicken Club charts from Lori Holt. We have Henrietta, Penny, Myrtle, Percy, and Pearl. You will get all 5 of these. Pretty awesome prize. So leave the word chicken. Next, use the word stitch. I have 6 of these to share with you. Now, these are the chart only, no floss included. We have July through December. So the second half of the year, even if you just pull a couple of the little motifs out and make little smalls with them, or if you stitch them just like this, so cute, really, really fun. Oops, that one doesn't go there. Ignore that, everybody. So we have July, August, September, October, November, and December. The Simply Signs actually goes in the next one. So just ignore that. 6 charts. Use the word stitch. We're giving out some bigger groupings because I have way too many things. Next, use the word sign. So yes, we've got the spooky sign. We have the fa la la sign. And we have the Love Mini Simply sign. You'll get 3 charts. So use the word sign if you would like the sign. The Simply Signs from Fat Quarter Shop. Next, I have a small Easter grouping. I know we aren't even to Valentine's Day, but Easter's early this year. It's March 31st. So if you would like to stitch more chocolate bunnies from Hands On Design, we stitched this as a sale last year. I love this chart. I have this, and I have the Easter trio from Puntini. So you will get these two charts. Use the word Easter. Perfect time to get your Easter stitching going. I know. It does not seem right. Then finally today, we have a snow kit. And I've got two charts and some beautiful Picture This Plus fabric to share with you. This is a 32 count Lugana by Picture This Plus. It's in the color Mint. I thought it would be amazing with our little jolly snowman here. So use the word snow. And I also am going to give away the January snowman. So you'll get these two kits and also the beautiful Picture This Plus fabric. Leave the word snow. Okay, my friends, that is all I have for you today. I hope you have enjoyed this Flosstube episode. I cannot talk. Don't forget, I will be sharing Christmas ornament finishing in a tutorial on Tuesday, so stay tuned for that. We have a Stitch With Me, our last week of the Valentine's Quaker Sale. That is Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Central Time. I will put a link right here for that if you would like to join us. We would love to have you. I will be stitching on camera this week. Last week, I mostly moderated questions because we had so many great ones for Lindsay and Emily. But I'll be back to stitching. The girls who can will be joining this week. Many of them have finished their stitches, which is super awesome. And then the following week, I will have a finishing tutorial surprise for you. So stay tuned for that. And it will be edited, but I will be live in the chat when that releases, just kind of like normal. I think that's all I've got. I hope you all have a wonderful, crafty, creative week. Get lots of stitching done, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, click that like button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to always be notified when I have a new Flosstube stitching or quilting video. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.